Hey people, I found this word overture in the Bible 3 times, and by the interpretation they gave it, it tells me a lot about ancient history. I found it here in the book of Kings when Solomon builds his palace. But overture has several meanings. Overture is a piece of music played by an orchestra at the beginning of an opera or a play. And so that's what it is. It's the music to set your mood. It's trying to tell you what to feel about what you're watching. It's telling you, is it sad or is it happy? It's trying to set your mood so you get a better idea of what's going on the stage. You know, you can't hear the woman sighing, so they'll play some sighing music. So it's come to mean this pit where the orchestra goes. You know, the overture is saved seating. And so you could look at all the words ending in "chur" and get a better idea of what it means. But it's the place of infrastructure, the place of the expenditure, you know, the place of expended. And the best one to see is denture. A dent is a tooth, and insure is in place of the teeth, to do the job of the teeth, in the chair of the teeth. And you can see here in the other meaning, a tentative suggestion designed to elicit the reactions of others, trying to make you feel. So the chapters that come before this sound like it was written by a playwright, and it makes me think that Solomon's palace was a grand theater. It comes up here in the second line. The end of the chapter before this is called the courtyard, and this last line, and in shown the act, A-H-T, act, A-C-H-T, and in shown the act as rebuyable. So you see this word for month, buyer, it changes up. Sometimes it's the heads, but as rebuyable, as will again, buyer. The buyer will come again, a bull. As in rebuyable, as in if you saw the show, you will come back. It's a good show. The act as in rebuyable, as in bearable, as you could barely stand it, but as rebuyable. It was a great show. Who heads this many clee, habit local, and then reads backwards and forwards with this tack. Why first endeavor to, I first endeavor you, will call what, it reads backwards and forwards again. And so there's two of them here. They change. One Bible had added this I in here, and it doesn't change the sound of the word, it just changes the number value up 10. But it reads backwards and forwards. So with W-T-H, with push from spot to. With push from spot to make venue. This B doesn't have the dot in it, so it's pronounced a V, venue. To make push from spot to make venue. To get up close so you can see. Shiva sings. Trying to push up to get close to where the spot, to the venue where Shiva sings. This starts here, I'm going to leave this what off. It makes it real confusing because this next word reads backwards and forwards. And it's what tie in it to. B-I-T-U is bitumen. It's bitumen. In America, bitumen is a natural occurring asphalt. Everywhere else, bitumen is asphalt, whether it was naturally made or made in the lab. It is bitumen. And the ancient word for it was just itu, I-T-U. And it means it's sticky. It's it to you. And in it to is usually a boat, is what you would put asphalt in to seal up a boat. It says in Genesis 6, when it talks about Noah's Ark, is the bit to seal up the house on top and below. So this, what tie in it to is your house, but what tie in it to is the thing in your house. What tie in it to the amenities. Ben Slim, solemn. Solemn is just S-L-M-E. It means solemn. It means alone. Sole me, by myself. So like it's Solomon, solo, one man. Solo man, one man. The slalom, by myself. Sales as reason. Sales as reason. What tying it to Ben Solemn, Ben Solemn, Ben by myself, sells as reason. This is what I'm telling you is the reason why. Vickle, V-I-K-L, Vickle, as in fickle, as in little of, little talk of. This T-A has a hyphen, so this reads backwards and forwards, and that's L-K, and then L. L is of. Little talk of what tie in it to. Little talk of what tie in it to. What's going in your house. And then this sounds like it was from the woman. And so it's the wife in. And so wife, W-I-F-E and W-I-V-E have a couple different meanings. If you're in the Navy, you have a wife, W-I-V-E. And it'll show you why that right here. It's the wife in. W-I-V-N. This is a V because it doesn't have a dot in the middle of it. The wife in too, it still means in as in a B, but it's pronounced a V. The wife in two, and then it has the hyphen, so this is going to read backwards and forwards. To tie in it. The wife to tie in it. And then it hits the wall at the end of the tunnel, and you got to go backwards to the beginning. To tie in to Navy 2, N-V-Y. When you're in the Navy and you get married, your wife is to tie in it, to tie in to the Navy too. She's got to get used to you being gone all the time. And so this is what she got to say. She says, you're, Y-O-R, you're the loving one, may them. You're the loving one, may them. It starts with A, it reads backwards, to care. Just same as this cube, it starts with the A, and it's E-M, them. Them to care. You're the loving one, them to care, which misses them. The robe useless is them. They're never home. You know, why'd you get them a bathrobe? The robe is the first divide in two. It's when you wake up in the morning, you put on your robe. The robe is useless, them. The come to, its height, is well, you come to this high, come to. Or the fume it to. The fume is to rise. Fume it to. But to come to all. The overture. The starts with A, it reads backwards. The O-B-R-A. Overture. O moody. Overture, a moody. the 4 rows of pillars. The 4 rows. So this is telling me that that the overture used to be assigned to the front 4 rows. They would put the overture here. Come to all the overture, a moody, to see, to see the mood, M-U-D, to see the mood make, to make, the overture, to see the mood make, a moody. The miser. Miser is somebody who stashes all their wealth and never spends it, starves to death while they still got money in the bank. A miser, one who collects. The miser, to cart what? The miser, all midum, all mid, reads backwards and forwards with his tack. M-I-D-U-M. Midum, C. Homidis, H-O-M-U-D-I-S, homidis, the amenities, the things in the house. The miser, to cart what? The miser, all midum is in the middle of, midum, homidis. And you can see she's still talking here. She says to span. To vav, span bars mammal. The span bars mammal is a monkey bars. To the span bars mammal, all toilets excel it. All toilets excel shit. This is where your word exlax come from. E-X-L or EXLA, but the toilets excel it. Solomon also had monkeys in his palace. So back here at the courtyard, the Wyvern, W-I-V-N, and so none of these are words. They're all partial words. They could be either way. But to why bent, B-N-T-O, why bent to, and it reads backwards and forwards, Rex he hexer, R-X-H-E-X-H-X-R, the king's he hexer, the peniment, the place, the ping from it, the Rexy hexer place from it. That's out there in the middle of the court, that big hex, the satanic hex spot, the circle with the stars in it. The wife been to Rexy hexer, the place from it, solestuary. This is that same word with the rose. The solestuary, gaze it. The solestuary, gaze it. The place where to gaze at the solace, the stars. And then here's that same word, except they took the I off the end and added the W. Now it's weather. The weather Kratomizer. Weather Kratomizer. It sounds like the weather cannon. The Kratomizer. And so this next line, in shone, S, like the sun, the shine, in shone, in showing her, enjoy it. These words for numbers, they change up all through the Bible. You can tell it. You can just like the month here. They come up with months that we just don't have because that's not what it is. But it's in showing her, enjoy it. Is debit, I-S-D-B-I-T, is debit, is paid. And then now it separates now by Razu. Razu is to snatch, to take, to thieving. And debit you by Razu. So you can see in this word for the window frames, Vios, V-I-O-S, to see. Vios labit, to see of in it. Helen. Heluni, L-U-N-I. Lunar, of the moon, to divide the luni. The scope is. This M on the end is a S. It's called the final M, but it looks more like the S because it is a S when it's on the end. And so the scope is my math. And so you see this word for scope is the frames. They'll twist it up. All these words they twist up in here to make them fit. You can see it again here in 7. To the scope is, and there are windows with beveled frames. A beveled window is a magnifying glass, something you would put in a scope. They try to destroy all the astronomy and astrology in the Bible, so they had to twist all these words around. You see how the windows have several different words. From haze, and from haze. And from haze, I would guess that would be a tinted glass. Alright, this is pretty long. I'm going to cut this off here. Good day.